in the programme. Ahead of us tonight, what else we got? Special children. Special children with something extra. They're often misunderstood. They're the boys with Klinefilter syndrome. And they're next.
Best price guaranteed.
Now, they're known as the XXYY boys, those born with an extra chromosome, an extra female chromosome. Klinefilter syndrome that affects up to 1 in 1,000 males, possibly 3,000 men in New Zealand are affected. And many of them are going to live their whole life and not even realise they've got the XXY. But in other cases, the symptoms are more pronounced. As children, they tend to be, excuse me, as children, they tend to be overweight and they tend to be tall, and at puberty they lack body hair, they might develop breasts. Then there are the behavioural difficulties. This from Maramena Roderick.
They're boisterous boys when they want to be, polite and courteous when they want to be, but sometimes when you least expect it, they lose control.
They were impulsive and aggressive. They did things very much on the spur of the moment. You know, you could have them sitting down and writing in a chair and then all of a sudden up biting the child next door.
It's not in their nature to be cruel, but their nature hasn't been kind. Johhny, Charlie and Keith were born with Klinefilter syndrome and chromosomes out of kilter. Usually males inherit an X chromosome from their mother, a Y from their father, XY. Females inherit 2 X chromosomes, 1 from each parent, XX. But Klinefilter males inherit an extra X, XXY.
There's nothing fundamentally wrong with them apart from that single extra chromosome, that it doesn't make them a freak or anything different to others, that they will be able to live a perfectly normal, happy life.
Hey, you stretch my neck. Yeah, that's right.
But Johhny and Charlie fall under a category of Klinefilter males who are slow learners. And these identical twins aren't just XXY, they're XXYY, a double dose of double trouble.
You'd go to a park and it was that mother can't control those children. I was no longer prepared to go out into that arena and become the laughing stock for a lot of people.
4 years later, Keith was born another XXY baby. When Klinefilters can affect up to 1 in 1,000, Angela now had 3 in the same family. 3 boys who, because of their chromosomes, are sterile.
You can't have sex.
You can have sex, but you can't get people pregnant.
You can't produce any babies. And that sucks.
Why? Do you want to get married and be a dad, or...?
Yeah, I'd love to be a dad.
Really?
Yes, really.
You adopt the baby.
You're not allowed to have criminal records.
Charlie, in his frustration with life, lashed out. He committed arson, torching his grandparents' garage.
Charlie receives a lot of help now from having been through a criminal court to what Johhny and Keith receive, having not got to that stage.
Unlike the twins, Matthew Smith was diagnosed early, but the temper tantrums, the warning signals were always there.
We had boundaries and rules. If he jumped the fences or climbed fences, I had this special harness made for him, and the consequence of that was he got tied to the clothesline.
These days, the clothesline is a much more placid place. Matthew gets extra one-on-one lessons, all because he got the diagnosis.
Do you want to do any more?
No.
Klinefilter boys are sometimes underdeveloped. Matthew may need hormonal treatment.
They can all be treated. They are all treatable. For all boys who have learning difficulties or behaviour difficulties, they should be tested for Klinefilter syndrome. Because I think that a lot of them do, in fact, have Klinefilter syndrome, but we don't know about it yet.
Graham Tucker, 37, a Klinefilter man who's overcome the syndrome.
I actually consider that getting married was one of the triumphs of my life.
He formed the New Zealand Klinefilter Association, actively finding sufferers to show them they're not alone. And he strongly advocates testosterone treatment.
Can you imagine the psychological effect it has on a boy when he's 12 years old and he suddenly starts developing breasts? I mean, he knows he's not supposed to have them. I mean, even the physician knows he's not supposed to have them. But is anybody prepared to do something about it and make sure that they go? I mean, they don't want them. Why should they?
Breasts, another symptom for some, another fact of life the twins are having to deal with.
They become the subject of quite cruel you know, jokes about them.
The twins will probably need cosmetic surgery. Early treatment may help Keith. Until then, their mum awaits the day her children are treated as individuals. Boys with an extra X for extra special.
There are currently only about 15 XXY males known to the New Zealand Klinefilter Association. Tomorrow night on the programme, we have loved her for years. We've all of us loved her for years. Johhny Lumley, finding the fame again. Johhny Lumley, an extended interview with her. She's in New Zealand. An extended interview with Johhny Lumley tomorrow night.